Okay, Coach, thanks. EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to Southern California and the newly named Dignity Health Sports Park in Carson. Today, it's a matchup in the AFC West between the Denver Broncos and our home team. Seems like we were just starting training camp, but here we are in October, and off we go on EA Sports. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
Ready, set. I got you, boy. I got you, boy. Tech 52. Alert 3, alert 3. Alert 3. Switch, switch, switch. You got tight. You got tight. Rock it, rock it.
Now the young man who was a Pro Bowler as an undrafted rookie. It's Phillip Lindsay. Only a couple for him there on the game's first play, and it's second down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line.
Check 15, check 15. General West. Check 24, check 24. He's checking, he's checking, he's checking. Crash, crash. Check your hot read.
Lock to throw on 2nd down. Man open, he's got it complete to Cortland Sutton. It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Bronco first down. On 1st and 10, it's Lindsay. 17 yards for the Broncos there as they've got themselves a first down. Well, we talked about Phillip Lindsay so much last year, but it bears repeating. Undrafted in 2018, the Broncos would sign him in May, and that was a good decision. He would have a 1,000-yard season, 9 touchdowns en route to a Pro Bowl appearance. So from undrafted to playing in the Pro Bowl in 10 months, that's pretty clean living for Phillip Lindsay.
It's just me and you. Shit, watch the shit. Shit. Yep.
Throwing on first down is Locke. Open man, that's Noah Fant, the tight end. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 18 big yards on that one, and a Denver first. On first down, it's Lindsay. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
A good run got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3.
Go.
Locke taking the snap at 1. This is the tight end Fant. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
First drive of the game. We did see this in practice, didn't we? Because they allowed us to stay and watch and see what their opening script would be, even though we don't know the exact play calls. That looks a lot like what we saw them execute, doesn't it?
It really does. And in practice, it wasn't about a lot of big shots on that opening drive. They wanted to put together a series of plays, sustain it. They've done that. The defense now on their heels a little.
That they are. And you know what else is happening now? They're gaining information. They're gaining.
And it's intercepted at the goal line. Read it well, and it's picked. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Time will tell if that's an interception that rattles the rookie here. First drive on the road.
And you know the discussion going into the game? Centered on, okay, let's get out nice and easy. Take care of the football. We're on the road. You're a youngster. Let's not make mistakes early. But now the conversation will shift to, okay, put it behind you. Move on. Long way to go in this one.
And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. A big run there. 29 yards and a first.
Outside handoff to the right side. If you're a running back, you love getting the ball early so you have vision to see what's happening in front of you.
Right tackle likes that call. Big play for him, but don't forget about the guys you always tell me on the backside sealing off.
When they talk about cutoff blocks, making sure no one can leak from the backside that can run a play down.
Yeah, nobody leaked. Big play. A 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Charger first down.
First down. First and 10 at the 41-yard line.
So a first and 10 now in Denver territory at the 41. Working out of the gun, Rivers. Finds the open man. It's Mike Williams. And he's got some space here. And he takes it in for a Charger touchdown. Mike Williams, his third touchdown now on the year, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Michael Badgley on for the extra point. And the Chargers grab the 7-0 lead. Following the touchdown, Badgley out there to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Play clock down to 0, and this is not the way to start a drive. They were trying to create some space to run. They created the penalty.
And you work on it so much. You work on it so hard. But it's tough to simulate game speed in practice. And that often runs you into a penalty.
Tighten up, tighten up, tighten up. Switch, switch. Look at me. Go, fight.
Here's Lindsey. And he'll go down at the 26 following a gain of 6. Getting the sense, Charles, are going to put a big emphasis this afternoon on the run game.
And why not? What we're seeing so far is working pretty well from them. And here's the best part. We always talk about the best performers do their job when the lights come on. I think he likes natural light best.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26.
They're not ready for this. They still playing soccer. Y'all playing the wrong football. Slam. Look, squeeze. Look at me. Zip.
On 2nd down, a run with Lindsey. And he powers his way up past the 30. Call it a gain of 5 that time, and they'll be left with a 3rd and about 4.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
On the set. March 49. Quarterback, don't get nervous now. Ready?
Well, the two men come together, and it's incomplete. Excellent work defensively, brings up 4th down. On 4th down, here's Matt Bosher on the punt. Travis Benjamin deep for the Chargers. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. Fielded at the 20. The Charger drive about to get going. And certainly they'll be hoping to hit pay dirt like they did on the last drive. Got the football back, so a chance to go up 2 scores.
And they haven't been tentative at all in this ball game, because sometimes you start a game with your script to try and get information out of the opposing defense. How will they play you in certain situations? Sometimes you script to attack, and that's what I'm seeing so far.
At the 36-yard line.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. From the gun, Rivers. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Lightning speed there on the sack from the corner, Duke Dawson.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away, because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
So it's 3rd and long for the Chargers, and Rivers after the sack. From the shotgun, it's Rivers. And he's going to go down again.
Brandon, what I remember most about playing with guys who knew how to rush the passer, they would just tell you, just cover people for me, just long enough for me to get there. And that's exactly what happened on that play.
And he gets it away, and it's a laser headed for the sidelines. And this is going to be ruled out, I think, just inside the 20. Yes, it will. Side judge calls it at the 19-yard line. And this will probably be the last play of the quarter.
Kill. H3. 218. Chop. No. Shit. Hey, lock it. Yo. Go. Lucky. Check three. Get it.
They'll start on the ground with Lindsey. He is taken down at the 21 after a short gain of 2.
That didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
Go. Kill. Turn up. Kill. Turn up. Check now. 52's the mic right here over there, right? 52's the mic. I got you. Kill. Hey.
They'll run here with Lindsey. And he's going to be brought down by the face mask. Here come the flags. This is going to get him a first down. So that flag will cost him 15.
And it doesn't matter anymore how you get the face mask. Any part of it, that's going to be 15 yards.
And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up 2nd down.
Ready. 90 Wolf. Yo. Hey, Alpha. Watch out. Hey.
They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw. And his throw is incomplete. Cortland Sutton was the man he was looking for. And it'll bring up 3rd down.
A pretty rocky start in this game for the guy throwing the ball. Already has thrown 1 interception. Almost threw a second one right there. All he's doing right now is giving the defense a whole lot of confidence.
Ready.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
You ain't doing nothing today. Bofo's the mic. Mike Bofo. Let's go, defense. Hey, Haywood. Hey, here we go. 44, Mike.
On 3rd and long, it's locked. And that pass is going to be intercepted. by the All-Pro DB Desmond King. And a great return here gets this one all the way down to the 26-yard line. Second interception for him now here in this first half. And you got to think he's a rookie, Charles. How much does confidence start to become a factor?
I think that's a great question because that's what they're going to check on when he gets to the sidelines. The coach is going to check on, his teammates are going to check on it, because when you haven't done it before, it's not something that's part of you. You got to see how you're going to react. Let's see how he bounces back.
Yeah, because 2 interceptions for him in college and a half. I mean, that just didn't happen.
At the Broncos' 21-yard line.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5.
Hey, defense, let's go.
Now Rivers going to give it off to Gordon. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1.
The 17-yard line.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
The Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter.
Ready? 180. Mike, 45. I got you, son. I got you, son. 300.
They'll try and run it. Here's Gordon. And Gordon's going to be stopped short. He needed 2. He got 1, and that's going to leave him with 4th down and a yard.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level, because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat. And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. The Chargers, a team that's really been plagued by poor field goal kicking the last decade or so, but I think they feel they've solved their problems with Badgley.
I would say so. He went 15 for 16 in 10 games last season, undrafted out of Miami. And remember, he had 5 field goals in the playoffs against the Baltimore Ravens.
And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30 to the 33-yard line. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now. Looks like he's going to get a couple here on this first down carry, and that'll make it 2nd and 8. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. I think you mentioned in the opening drive that these guys needed to establish the run, protect the young QB. I actually wrote that down, believe it or not. So how would you assess things so far?
I'm kind of touched that you actually wrote something like that down. I appreciate that, partner. But I do think they've been able to do that. Maybe not as effectively as they wanted to, but I think we'll see more of as this game goes along because they want to continue to take care of that young QB.
Just a couple on the ground there, and that's going to bring up 3rd and about 6.
Well, they had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stop that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover, and not be deterred by anything else.
Single receiver, single receiver. Hey, you're on an island over there. Single receiver. Watch 14, watch 14. Watch tight end. Watch tight end. Tight end's right. Tight end's right. 49. Yes.
Throwing his lock on 3rd down. And that will be incomplete. Problems on 3rd down so far in this first half. Relatively small sample size, but they're now 0 for 3.
And the average in the league, somewhere around 40% on 3rd down for offenses. So what's the answer to this? Either convert them or don't get to 3rd down in the first place. Get your big chunks of yards on 1st and 2nd down.
And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. And a bit of a mistake there. This is well into the end zone for a touchback. The Charger drive about to get going. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
Here's Gordon. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1. 2 yards on the carry there, and it's going to lead them to 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd and 1.
They'll try to pick up the first with Eckler. And his first carry, he loses the football. It's picked up by the Broncos. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Following the fumble recovery, it's locked. And that pass is going to be intercepted by the All-Pro DB Desmond King. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line. Certainly not what he was hoping for, Charles. That's now 3 interceptions in this ball game.
But there's a lot of knowledge to be gleaned every time you throw an interception if you do things the right way. And hasn't there been a pretty darn good quarterback along the way who threw a lot of interceptions early, learned from them, and became great later?
Who would that be?
That'd be one Peyton Manning. Threw 28 his rookie year. That's the NFL record. How'd things turn out for him?
I think okay. He's a guy in all the commercials now, right?
Yeah, I think he's doing okay.
Great way to start the drive. 20 big ones and a first down. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half. 10-0 our score. And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
Sorry, we get slap happy up here sometimes. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down. That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. This pass finds its way to Williams, and he's going to get this inside the 30. It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Charger first. And he's the guy, Mike Williams, that the Chargers took 7th overall a couple of years ago. Battled injuries as a rookie, but in full health last year, he caught 43 passes with a knack of really finding the end zone. 10 of those 43 catches went for touchdown. That one good for 13 and a Charger first.
Chargers first down. 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line.
Rivers with a 1st and 10. And he's a perfect 6 for 6 here to start the ball game. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Kareem Jackson. He had a little bit of the turnover bug last week, 3 interceptions. Not an absolute disaster, but another one here. Do you start to get a little worried?
You worry about your team as a whole because you have to find a way to make those interceptions, quote-unquote, go away, and that means your defense. They've got to go out there on sudden change and at least hold people to field goals. And if that keeps happening, they lose confidence in the quarterback, and then no one plays well.
A loss of 2 there. 2nd down. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. On 2nd down, here's Locke. Got a man open. It's Sutton. Now the Broncos going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half. Locke now, 4 out of 10 throwing the ball in this first half, but he's got a first down here. A run with Lindsey out of the gun. Derwin James, an all-pro as a rookie last year, up from his safety spot to make the tackle. And this offense going to elect to burn a timeout with 5 seconds remaining in quarter number 2. A final shot before half for Locke. He completes this to Sutton. So we reach halftime here in a 10-point game. As we send you to our EA studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. So the Chargers will start the second half with the lead and the football as we're underway in the third quarter. This will be fielded at the 8. They'll bring it back to just about the 25, call it the 24-yard line.
The Chargers take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Rivers going to turn and give this one to his running back, Gordon. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So he was holding from that left tackle position.
Everyone tries to keep their hands inside when they're blocking ever since they liberalized the rules where you can extend them out. But sometimes they get out a little wide and they get detected grabbing some cloth.
Step round 80, 180.
Following the penalty, here's Gordon. A gain of 10 as they look to add on to this 10-point lead.
Partner, I remember a coaching friend of mine used to tell his running backs before games, make sure you run and jog with your offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking when those big behemoths start to create space for you up front. He did a pretty good job of just following those guys through there for a nice explosive run.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Rivers, and caught by Henry. And he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags. And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. From the gun, Rivers. That's complete to his tight end. This is Lance Kendricks. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards.
That's another Chargers first down.
Now Gordon on 1st down. Looking to find a lane, but he can't. Reined in at the line of scrimmage. The All-Pro Von Miller there on the tackle. Now a 10th carry for Melvin Gordon. And here's another tackle made at the line. So they're converging well on the football now. Back-to-back stops make it 3rd and 10. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
The one with the dime look that time on defense just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
A 32-yard attempt.
Badgley's kick is good. And that'll push the lead up to 13-0. So put another 3 on the board. All things considered, a good opening drive to begin the 3rd quarter.
And as a defense, the way that this game is going, you're excited to see those points go on the board. Gives them a little bit of leeway to play with when they're out on the field, but they're real excited to see their offense score. Now they get to go out there and do their part.
After the made field goal, Badgley back out there for the kickoff. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
Jim. Hey, watch this. Go on. Come.
On second down, it's Coleman. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. They'll wind up losing 4 yards on the play. And it'll be 3rd and 10 now. Here's Locke. He's got a man. It's Sutton that's complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 17 yards for the Broncos there as they've got themselves a first down.
So don't say nothing. Check safety, check safety. Joker, joker. Hard.
They'll run with Coleman on first down. And he'll push this forward only to about the 42-yard line. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Let's go.
They stay on the ground. Again, it's Coleman. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. That one going for a gain of 11 and a Bronco first down.
Partner, if you want more carries, I think we saw how you get him. Showed that he's got the fresh legs, and he picked up the first down on that run. Don't just ask for him. Show him that you're supposed to get the football.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. This quick pass complete to Sutton. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. A 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Broncos first down.
Well, coaches always talk about finding balance on offense. I don't think you get much more balance than this. Big-time run, big-time pass.
A 1-2 combination. Look pretty good.
How about that? Let's see if they can continue to take that kind of a punch, though.
And he's taken down, but not before reaching the He was looking to go back to Sutton there.
This is one of the but we've seen the influence of the college game now in the NFL, where we're seeing more and more of these plays run, and that one went for a big gain.
They'll run with Lindsey, and they'll lose yardage here. They go backwards to the 13-yard line. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down. Back now at Dignity Health Sports Park in Carson. It's the Broncos trailing, but they do have possession of the football as we begin quarter number 4. So first down went in the wrong direction. They're at the 13-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal.
Hey, box truck.
Now Locke throwing on 2nd down. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. Courtland Sutton, his 3rd touchdown now on the year, as his guys are back within a single score. McManus's point after is good. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter.
Broncos 7.
After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away.
The Chargers take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. That last touchdown has made this really tight. They're clinging now to this slim lead. The second half, they only have a field goal. This offense needs to kick it into gear.
And right now, I'm looking directly at the field general, at the quarterback. Because to me, he's got to take over right now. By word, pumping his team up, and then, of course, by deed with his play. My school coach used to say that all the time. Laddie, take over by word and deed.
And deed means action.
Exactly.
No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4.
It's now 3rd and 4.
The Chargers on third down. Not good. 0 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. Operating from the gun. Rivers. And it's complete. Henry. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Last play they got stuffed at the line. Different story here. Over 20 yards.
First and 10 at the 48-yard line.
So a 1st and 10 now in Denver territory at the 48-yard line. On the counter, here's Gordon. And they'll get this just to the 47, 1-yard gain. Offensively with the lead, you want to run the ball, keep the clock going, but you also want to still kind of be in attack mode too, right? So how do you do that and not come back on your heels?
Yeah, think about all the practices we've watched where they have that tempo period to go over things just like this, where they describe the scenario, tell you what they're looking for, and make sure that they're still attacking, yet at the same time not going so fast as to leave too much time on the clock.
That's trash.
On 2nd down, Eckler. He'll get about 4 here, down to the 43-yard line. Well, with the fumble he had earlier, we know how key keeping the football is here. That fumble earlier probably at the forefront of his mind. Just hold on to this thing.
It's also at the forefront of the mind of the guys who are trying to get the ball from him. And since they've seen him drop it on the ground before, they're doing everything possible to have him do it again. They need that turnover.
Complete. It's Henry. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
The Chargers were best in the NFL, 7 of 8 on 4th down last year, and they're going here. They'll run for it. It's Gordon. And, boy, this is going to be close. That mark looks a little short, and he didn't get there. Melvin Gordon unable to push his way forward. And the Broncos will take over on downs. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. A big spot now for the rookie lock. They'll run. It's Lindsey. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 13.
Set 50, play. Bravo. Mike's
Lock working out of the gun. And this one caught by Dez Bryant. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Bronco 1st down. Lock now, 10 of 16 throwing the football. It's 1st and 10. They'll run on 1st down. Lindsey. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. A 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Broncos 1st down.
We'll definitely see some open running lanes, and he's taking advantage of it right now, but that shouldn't be a surprise. Defense has the lead. They're playing for the pass first.
Coming up to the line, and they will need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. On 1st down, Coleman. He's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4.
The tackle by Denzel Perryman.
4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So it's Bronco football as we get your reset here. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. To throw on 2nd and 6. Lock. And he's going to have the hook up to Sutton. And he's brought to the ground with another first down at the Charger 16.
Let's go,
And now all of a sudden the shoe's kind of on the other foot. Maybe you pull the reins back here a bit?
Yeah, a little bit, because you got to make sure that you don't score too quickly.
Let's go. 10-2, son. We got to get the ball. D, get the ball right here. Let's go. Topper. Let's go.
They'll run on first down. It's Coleman. He will push his way down to about the 14. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
I like it. I like the call. Still an opportunity to run the football and chew up a little more time off the clock.
60 or. Go, go. 52. Look at me. Zipper.
They'll look to throw. He'll end up getting 5 out of that, but now they're looking at 3rd down. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go in the game. 7th play of the drive now as they come up on a 3rd and 3.
Hey, team 6. Team 6. Yo, 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 go, go. Now.
He'll look to throw. And, oh, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off by Casey Hayward. Well, you just kind of feel for him right now. 4 interceptions, and you can almost see through his face mask. There's a lot going on in between the ears.
There certainly is, and probably way too much, because now he's probably doubting himself a little bit, wondering what adjustments he has to make. But here's what he needs to do. Get through this game. Go to the press conference, meet it head on, and show your teammates you're ready to shoulder what happened today, and you'll be ready for the next game.
And if he can do that as a rookie, that's a great sign of maturity.
You can't block me. You can't block me.
And they'll indeed take a knee. Now the Broncos will use their 3rd and final timeout, as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go in the football game. So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long. A free 5 yards as the defense jumps.
I know it's an anticipation game for them, but it's also a reaction game, and they reacted poorly on that one.
The penalty helps a bit, but still 8 yards to go on 3rd down for this offense.
I don't know about you, partner, but watching them take the knee there and finish this one off, I feel like I'm going to be sore tomorrow. This was one bruising affair. Low scoring, but my kind of football.
Not a work of art, but maybe in your world, a little bit of a work of art. You like the defensive side.
I thought it was pretty. I can't help myself. I thought it was pretty.